is useless. You got nothing to prove. No one can judge you. Fear is useless. You got nothing to prove. No one can judge you.
Greetings, beautiful people. Today's topic, we're going to talk about indoctrination. So, I have been watching and listening to some debates of like scholars and historians, as you would call them, and I noticed some things in this conscious community. Um, the first time I was introduced to this community online is from some of these same people where they would debate. They would be outside debating. People would walk up. People from the old school days would come up and kind of like put their 2 cents in, everything like that. So I removed myself because of all the arguing and going back and forth, the threats that was happening. It was kind of like getting too serious. So I kind of removed myself from it and kind of stopped watching again. And again, we have individuals that is doing real research and that is really searching for real authentic information. And like I said this before, I feel like the older the books are, the older the information is. It may be closer to the truth than all of these other information outlets that we have. So on the panel, there were like Christians, there were Hebrew Israelites. I'm not sure who else was on there, but pretty much everyone had like a religious background, pretty much. Um, and it was like no one could agree on anything. And I'm like, if y'all are all reading the same book, some people was reading the Bible, some people was referring to the Quran, some people was saying how they were like going back and forth and explaining like how like I guess the different information in the different books, how there's lost books in the Bible, how the Bible doesn't say this, how it doesn't say that, how that means this, how this, and it's like somebody always come and be like, nope, that's not true. It's this and it's that, and it's this and it's that. So it's like everybody is saying something different, but everybody is reading the exact same books. It was the most mind-boggling, confusing thing I have ever been in. And some individuals are stuck in their ways. So no matter how much you throw a quote at them, a verse, try to get them to read other books. Some people are just set in on the Bible being they're all for all, to where they feel like this is pretty much how you lead a good life by referring to this book and to the verses that are in this book. So they are going to remain 10 toes down on what they deem to be true. So another thing that I was thinking is that where does this lead to? Now I understand that there are historians, there are researchers. This is the research age. This is the Aquarian age, to where people want to know more information. And it's like, yes, we all love knowledge, we all love to learn. I'm pretty sure we all have been to school. Some people have graduated while others didn't, somehow return back. So but when it comes to investigating timelines, cultures, people, places, and things, sometimes we get lost in the sauce, because were we actually there to know that this actually happened? How can we know that the people that are writing this are actually telling us the truth? How do we deem that to be that that is the truth? That's what it is. Nothing else can go above this truth. There was a time where knowledge was hidden and only shared with those that are deemed illuminated. And I feel like when you do have information, when you are researching, when you are available to that information, it also your responsibility of who that information gets out to, because sometimes I feel like information gets in the wrong hands of people, even though you can't make people do or whatever, but still, as we have to have good discernment on what information that we're sharing, versus the information we kind of to keep to ourselves, or create a small enough group to where these people are here, we're in here learning, everybody's sharing. Each person is learning off each other. It just comes a time now, even when others and individuals are sharing their information and what they've learned and what they have came across, it becomes confusing. I was so confusing. It is just a bunch of confusion. This person thinks that their research is exact and correct. that person thinks that their research is exact and correct, and it's just a going back and forth. No, this is right. No, that's right. No, this is right. And it's like, OMG, I have been pulled in all type of directions. I don't know where I'm going now. And it's kind of like, I thought knowledge is supposed to light the path to see where you're going, and now it's like I put myself back in darkness where I started. So I came to a conclusion of being okay that I do not know everything or even want to know everything. Nobody wants to be the person who people make them feel like they know everything. It's like uncomfortable to think that every time there's something, you have to make a comment on it. And I feel like just some things you really don't have to make a comment about, or some things, if you hear other people saying, or if this is how they came across their research, this is what they're saying, this is the conclusion that they came up with. Allow people to live in whatever it is that makes them feel comfortable. Or, like I said, I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to know everything. I'm okay with learning about myself and keeping certain things to myself, while also teaching people how to come out of this filth, this darkness that we keep putting ourselves in this thing. We want to know, of course, we want to know this and it's that, and is this person black, and it's like it's that really is that can be a complete lie, and we're just feeding off of it and feeding it off of and feeding it off of. Another thing that I learned too about this whole TikTok situation. So I learned that TikTok do not, or China owns TikTok. Now I'm not sure what other apps they have over there, but for TikTok, I definitely know that it came from China, and it's named something else. It's probably TikTok in Chinese, but I'm not sure. But I know that for a fact, China does not have the same algorithm. I say that word wrong. The same algae as the United States do. What we see over here in the United States with all the killing, murdering, this person have an opinion, that person has an opinion, this person fighting, that person blowing up something, it's not shown over there. They're only showing the youth creating enterprises. They're showing the youth being successful. They're showing you how to become successful. They're showing you like the hot, like things that are going to up their youth, that's going to inspire their youth to be better. It's not like that over here. That's why it's like this, I gotta get off there. I gotta take breaks and just focus on the things that I love to do, things that I love to learn about. I feel like people only want to learn about certain things is because they see other people learning about it, but they may not be as interested as the person who is learning about it and putting in hours. I don't want to become a historian or a researcher. That's not what I want to do. But it's I feel like that it's okay to have information. It's okay to even share some information. But when we're starting to judge people and not like people based on what they feel is true, based on what information they found to be correct and exact, it just becomes confusion and argument, all types of things. It becomes negative at that point. It's like, are we even lighting the path at this point, or we're just taking the path away altogether? So it's like, everyone wants to feel important, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's just that people push their indoctrinations on others who has a completely different and unique path to follow. And we need to stop comparing ourselves to people and only focus on the things that we love and enjoy. This life is short, and before you know it, it's over. Before you know it, you're in old age. Before you know, your whole life done passed you by, and you're steady worrying about other people, what this person thinks, what they think. Did this really happen? Did that happen? Did this really happen? So, and it's a song that's reminding me also from Prince. It's called Still. I listen to the song almost every freaking day because it kind of correlates to pretty much exactly what I'm saying, and I want to make sure I have the exact song because I want y'all to go listen to this song because it's pretty much head on. So of course you already know you already know it's Prince song. It's a Prince song. The song is called, should I already knew it. So the song is called Still Would Stand All Time. I want y'all to listen to that song by Prince. It is on his, I think this New Generation album. What is this? Now I gotta listen. Yeah, the Graffiti Bridge. Graffiti Bridge album, that is what is on. So now, like I said, this life is short. Freeing the mind frees the soul. A person that claims they do not want to come back to earth, school, because we know this is a school, we already know. And a person who that do not want to come back to earth, school, and they have to understand that the trauma of not wanting to be here will bring you back right here, regardless of if you think it's just like it is just like when you are in class or taking a course. Now, if you think a class or a course is too hard, or you just don't like you may not like the subject matter, or you might not like the teacher. None of that matters. If you fail that course, you will repeat that course and that class. This is the same thing, how I feel the same thing about Earth. Of course, we are horrific and horrified by the things that we constantly see, that'll make you feel like you're drained, to make you feel like, oh, it's time to get up out of here. But I was like that at first. And then I just noticed that it wasn't taking me nowhere. I was being depressed. I was just isolating myself. It's not a good look. And so now that I've started to focus on things that I love, things that I am interested in, regardless of what anybody else say or think, things that I am interested in, it will change your life. So that's kind of like all I wanted to speak about today. 11:11 and 3:44. This is your confirmation. So until next time, guys and goddesses, peace.